Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be diving deep into something really cool, generative AI.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, something called the attention mechanism that's making these AI systems so powerful.
It's amazing.
And to help us break it all down, I've got an AI expert with me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Casey, and I'm so excited to be here.
So you've been hearing all about AI creating really cool stuff, like realistic images and even human quality writing.
It's really taking off.
But how can these systems actually generate such complex content?
Well, the secret is something called the attention mechanism.
The attention mechanism.
Yeah, it's a total game changer.
Okay, so in AI, I gotta ask, can you explain what the attention mechanism actually is?
Sure.
Like, in a way that I can understand.
Of course. So imagine you're reading a news article.
Hmm.
You don't pay equal attention to every single word, right?
No, not at all.
You naturally focus on the key phrases and sentences
Or the important stuff.
that convey the most important information.
Yeah.
Well, the attention mechanism in AI works the same way.
Oh, that's interesting.
It helps the AI prioritize the most relevant pieces of data, just like your brain filters out the distractions
That makes sense.
and focuses on what matters.
So it's like giving the AI this superpower to focus.
Yeah,
Like a spotlight that highlights the important parts of the information it's processing.
you got it. And this selective focus is what allows AI models to be so efficient
Oh, wow.
and effective at understanding and generating complex content.
Okay, so I get that it helps it focus.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of fuzzy on how this actually works in practice.
Yeah.
Can you give me like a specific example
Yeah.
of how attention helps with, say, language translation?
Absolutely. Let's say you're translating the sentence, "the cat sat on the mat," into another language,
Okay.
where the word order is different.
Okay.
Without attention, the AI might translate it literally word for word, which could lead to a grammatically incorrect or just nonsensical sentence in the other language.
Right, because different languages have different structures and ways of saying things.
Exactly. But with the attention mechanism, the AI can focus on the relationships between the words. Understanding that cat is the subject, sat is the action, and mat is the object. This allows it to translate the sentence accurately, preserving the meaning and the grammar of the original.
So it helps it understand the context and not just the individual words.
You got it.
That's really cool.
It's amazing.
Okay, so we've established that attention is super important for AI
Uh-huh.
to understand and generate human quality content.
Yeah.
But how does this mechanism actually work under the hood?
Okay, so
Is it magic?
it's not magic, but sometimes it feels that way. Essentially, the attention mechanism involves assigning weights to different parts of the input data.
Okay.
It's like giving each word or data point a score based on its relevance to the task at hand.
So it's like a ranking system
Yeah.
to decide what's important.
Exactly. The higher the weight, the more attention the model pays to that piece of information.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and this ability to weigh different elements is what makes these models adaptable
Oh, wow.
and effective for a whole range of tasks.
That's pretty amazing. I think I need a minute to process all this.
Yeah.
And I bet our listeners do too. So we'll be back in a moment to dive into some real-world examples of how this attention mechanism is being used in everything from Google Translate to those amazing AI art generators you see online.
Sounds good. Welcome back.
All right, so before the break, we were talking about how this attention mechanism is being used in the real world.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff.
So where are we seeing the biggest impact?
Well, one of the most obvious areas is machine translation.
Okay.
Like Google Translate.
Uh-huh.
It's gotten so good at capturing the nuances of language.
Yeah.
Thanks in part to these attention mechanisms, they can handle complex sentence structures and even idioms, making the translations way more accurate and natural sounding than before.
It's amazing how far it's come.
It really is.
It makes you wonder, like, how attention might even change the way we learn languages in the future.
That's a great point.
But let's move on to another area where attention is making a splash. Text summarization.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us how it's being used to help us sift through all the information overload we face every day?
Sure. Imagine you're a researcher trying to stay up to date on the latest discoveries.
Okay.
You might have to read tons of papers,
So many.
each one filled with complex jargon and dense information.
Right.
Attention mechanisms can now create AI-powered tools that summarize these long documents,
Right.
highlighting the key findings and saving researchers so much time.
Wow, that's a game changer for anyone who has to deal with information overload. Not just researchers.
Definitely.
Students, journalists, even just busy professionals could benefit from that.
Absolutely. It lets you get the gist of a document without getting bogged down in the details.
That's so helpful.
But, attention isn't just for text.
Oh, really?
It's changing how we interact with images and even how we create art.
Like those AI art generators we were talking about.
Exactly.
How does attention play a role in creating those incredible images?
Think about how an artist might paint a portrait. They pay close attention to the details of the person's face.
Yeah.
The shape of their eyes, the texture of their skin, the way the light reflects off their hair.
Right.
Attention mechanisms allow AI models to do the same thing. When generating an image, they can focus on specific regions, adding intricate details, and creating a level of realism that we've never seen before.
So it's like giving these AIs an artist's eye.
That's a great way to put it.
Helping them to see and reproduce the world.
Yeah.
With incredible detail.
And as these models evolve, we can expect even more creative and sophisticated output. We might see AI generating movies, composing symphonies, or designing buildings, all with incredible detail and artistry that rivals humans.
It's both exciting and a little scary at the same time.
I know what you mean.
As we push the boundaries of AI, are there any risks or concerns associated with this attention mechanism getting more and more advanced?
Well, any powerful technology comes with responsibilities.
Sure.
And as AI gets more capable,
Yeah.
we need to be careful about how it's developed and used. We need to ensure that it's used ethically and responsibly for the benefit of everyone.
That's an important point. The future of AI isn't just about the technology. It's about using it wisely.
Absolutely.
But for now, let's shift back to the more technical side. I'm curious to learn more about how attention has evolved over time. What are some of the key breakthroughs that have happened?
Well, the evolution of attention has been fascinating. Early approaches were pretty simple, but they laid the groundwork for more advanced techniques like self-attention.
Self-attention?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. What makes it so special?
Okay, so imagine you're trying to understand a sentence like, the cat which was sitting on the mat chased the mouse.
Okay.
Self-attention allows the AI to connect the phrase, which was sitting on the mat, back to the cat.
Even though there are other words in between.
Exactly. It helps the model understand those long-range dependencies within the sentence, which is key for capturing the full meaning.
So it helps the AI understand how words relate to each other, even if they're far apart in a sentence.
Yeah, it gives the AI a better grasp of grammar and context.
That's amazing.
And this ability to understand relationships in data has made self-attention really important in some of the most advanced AI models today, like the transformer architecture, which has led to things like GPT-4.
So self-attention is like the secret weapon.
Pretty much.
Behind some of the most impressive AI we're seeing.
It's pretty amazing.
We've covered so much ground today, from the basic idea of attention to its role in the real world, and even a glimpse into its evolution with self-attention.
It's been a great conversation.
I'm sure our listeners are buzzing with new insights just like me.
Me too! It's been a fantastic exploration of this amazing technology.
And we're back for our final part of our deep dive into attention mechanisms in generative AI. It's been a wild ride.
It really has. We've only just scratched the surface of what's possible.
That's what's so exciting. So for our listeners, let's recap what we've learned.
Sure.
We started by comparing attention in AI to how our brains focus on the important stuff, filtering out all the noise.
Right, like a spotlight.
Yeah, and this lets AI models understand context and relationships, which is key for things like translation, summarizing text, even creating art.
And then we went a little deeper into the technical side, explaining how attention mechanisms assign weights to the data, ranking the information by importance.
Right, like giving it a score.
Exactly.
Right.
This lets AI models focus on the most important parts when generating outputs, so the results are more accurate and sophisticated.
And of course, we couldn't forget self-attention, which helps AI models understand those connections between data even when they're far apart.
It's a game changer.
It really is. This has led to amazing models like GPT-4 that can generate superhuman-like text.
It's incredible how much progress we've made.
I know, and it makes you wonder what's next for generative AI. Will we see even more creative and complex application?
Oh, definitely.
Maybe AI will be composing symphonies or writing entire movie scripts. The possibilities seem endless.
The potential is huge. But as we embrace these advancements, we need to keep in mind the ethical side of things.
Right.
Making sure these tools are used responsibly for the good of everyone.
That's a great point. It's been an amazing journey exploring attention mechanisms and generative AI. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Thanks for joining us.
And that you've gained a better understanding of this incredible technology.
It's a fascinating field.
Until next time, keep those minds curious.